Definitely, man. I appreciate you taking time to do this interview with the Hype magazine tonight.
And I appreciate y'all having me on. You know what I'm saying? Just, to be able to even be in this position to, want y'all to even interview me is major. So definitely, salute to everybody that's on here. Salute to the New Orleans All-Star Band that's on here. I see a couple more people on here. Salute to my cousins.
So to get started, let's tell the fans and listeners who you are and where you from, fam.
Hi guys. I'm DJ Hollygrove, Vice President of the Chop Stars, also affiliated with Core DJs. Do something called Shade 45 Live, which is actually what I'm out here doing now in LA. When we come and record the show, so that's what I'm doing out here. I do chop and screw music, do bounce music, break records. I do all that.
Yeah, you definitely a living legend out here, man. So I was excited when Sincere hooked us up with this. What made you decide you wanted to get into the music industry and pursue this as a career in the first place?
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, it's all good. I was saying, what made you want to get into the music industry and pursue this as your career in the first place?
Well, I was born into music. My dad was a drummer.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing major, but just through high school and stuff like that. And then I also was in marching band, so that's kind of how that started.
As dope. I also seen that at an early age you were an actor. I was looking at your IMDb. How did you get that opportunity to be an actor so young in the Shakespeare movie?
So basically, when I was in fourth grade, they started teaching kids how to do Shakespeare. Well, it actually had started maybe a year or two before.
Yeah.
So it kind of became a big deal. Okay, you teaching, third or fourth, fifth, and sixth grade of Shakespeare. So, you want to see, how that's going to be. So somebody came to the documentary about it. It just so happened the lady who was teaching us was Kevin Kline, the actor who most people know him as the crazy doctor in Wild Wild West.
In fact.
he did the narration on there. That was his sister that was teaching us. So that's how that started. And it actually won an award, which I didn't even find out about till like years later.
Okay. Now, I know in high school, like you said, you were in the marching band, you were a trombonist, and that led to your college situation. You went to school with some very famous musicians as well, John Batiste, for one. What was it like being in a band, in college and, being able to do that stuff with the people?
Oh. I'm here. Am I here?
Can you hear me now? Okay. Yeah, I see you now.
Yeah, here. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. All right. Well, it was. Being from New Orleans, those are just a few of the people that I went to school with. I went to school with another guy goes by Black and Mild, Black Biggie Black. He did the production with the Drake song. He does a lot of bounce remixes. Me and him were in high school together as well. But also going to NOCA, which is a performing arts school. It's marching. It's not marching band, but it's jazz. So we were learning that, and then how I started off at NOCA was I started off in the drama program way back in sixth grade.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and it's funny because when I was there for that drama program, there was this actor there, very, very good that everybody was ranting and raving over. His name was Anthony Mackie. So I actually got to see a little bit of him, and I, didn't really know, didn't know who the guy was. I just knew he was an older student, but just seeing him do his thing in one of the plays, and then years later realizing that's Anthony Mackie, like, I've seen this dude before. I've seen this dude before. Oh, that's the dude from NOCA. You know what I'm saying? So seeing that, and also having the people like Wynton Marsalis. We also had bunch of text. Sorry.
You good?
Wynton Marsalis.
It's BET weekend. I bet they're trying to figure out where you are right now. You're on.
Now we're good. So so Wynton Marsalis, Wendell Pierce, those were some of the people that would come back to the school and, do the thing. I actually got to play with Wynton Marsalis. So, just doing that, it was cool. And I was like, well, I want to do something similar. You know what I'm saying? So I came to Texas Southern University in Houston, so was DJing and started DJing more and got into Chop and Screw real heavy and ended up getting to work with OG Ron C. You know what I'm saying? Who's the
Legendary.
co-founder
Yeah.
of Switch House. So, working with him and being under him, definitely taught me a lot. Go DJ Black and Mild from New Orleans. Rest in peace to him. He definitely taught me a lot. So, learning from them guys really, really boosted me to where, I am today.
And you said you got to play trombone with Winston Marsalis. So do you feel like your background of being in band has helped you as a DJ when you're doing the Chop and Screw? Like you understand the sounds a little bit differently, or you think it's helped you with all this?
That with DJ and Period, because the sounds, the count, because most people make music in 4/4 time. You rarely see a artist make something in 3/4 cut time and things of that nature. So it's easy to get that count, and especially when you want to chop on things. It's a lot of times like I'm mixing something and I don't really be paying attention. Just, and mix it and you go right on person. Like, dog, how you do that? Just, marching band.
Yep.
Marching band.
Now, I know when you got your start at the ChopNotSlop KQBT in Texas, like you said, OG Ron C's the mentor. How did you get the opportunity to go to this station in the first place? That's a major accomplishment starting out so early.
OG.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't that early because when we got on 93.7 The Beat in Houston, it was 2014. So by that time, I had already been with OG Ron C. I've been under his tutelage for 6 years. You know what I'm saying? So, we were already kind of prepared for this. We had our own, which we still do, our own live Chop and Screw radio station, which you can get on the ChopNotSlop app. Shameless plug right there.
There you
Got
go.
up on all your, Apple and Android and all that. But just being under that kind of prepared us for this because we also did KTSU. So we used to do that mix, and then we had other opportunities to do other mixes on various stations. I've done mixes for Black and Mild, so kind of built up to it. It doesn't definitely wasn't an overnight thing at all.
Right.
But being on there definitely showed me a lot about helping break records and by us kind of having the free reign to play what we want. We didn't really have to stay in that with you have to play for, people.
I know what you're talking about. I definitely. So it's a great advantage you had.
I'm gonna let them know though. So people that's not in radio, it's certain records that we know we have to play because you guys as fans and consumers want to hear these records. So this is why when you listen to the radio, you might hear the same song within an hour. It's because y'all demand the songs. If y'all demand a vast range of songs, you won't have the same songs playing every hour. But again, we didn't have to do that, right? So by us not having to do that, we did have the opportunity to play a lot of songs that other might not even been singles. It's a couple of songs from Ray Shermer that we know weren't singles, and they kind of leaned into pushing the singles.
Yeah. Now, what was one or two pieces of game OG Ron C gave you early on that you wouldn't have got had you met him and had his guidance? I mean, like having a legend behind you like that. What's one piece of gem he gave you early on that helped you? You think?
Most people tell people about networking, right?
Yeah.
Probably about to tell on myself, but he always told me to do a little bit more than network. You know what I'm saying? Like, check on these people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm real big on, like, a lot of people out here tell you, I just randomly just like, oh, you know what? I ain't talked to some, hey, what's up? How you doing? Type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you get a good rapport with people because, people can be like, damn, you know what? I was going through something and, man, DJ Hollygrove hit me up. Oh, man, my mama had just passed and he didn't even know, but, I told him and, gave me his up, it's that type of stuff, and treat people how you want to be treated. I don't want nobody to treat me like an asshole, so, I'm not going to do that to nobody else. You know what I'm saying?
I tell artists all the time that DJs are a family. Like, shout out to the Core DJs and Tony Neal. That's my family. Like,
That's
you know,
my
we
dog. I'm gonna
all
see him in
know
about
each
5
other.
minutes.
Huh? Yeah. You got. How did you link up with the Core DJs, and what made you decide you wanted to be a part of the opera, be a part of it?
I know a lot of people that were core DJs. I like the, me being from New Orleans. A lot of people don't really know this about New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? New Orleans is a very, very heavy family-oriented city, even though it's a lot of, murders and things that happen because, it's things that happen. It's a lot of petty beefs. It's, money disputes. Education isn't that great, and it's not a lot of jobs out there. So it's a lot of things that factor into that. We're going there, but at the same time, New Orleans is a very, very close-knit city. So me coming from something like that and seeing how the Core DJs was, like I was something I wanted to be in. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my people were in it. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew a lot of cats was in it. It was like, man, I got you, bro. Somebody told Tony about me. He was like, all right, cool. What Tony do, he watch you. Somebody tell you, you gonna see what you're about. And he was like, all right. He told me, like, you ain't ready. Not yet. The next time he see me, like, you're ready now.
Now,
So I respected
how'd you take that? Because I've had that same conversation too, and it's kind of deflating a little bit, but then it's motivating to say, yo, you're almost there. Like, how did you take it when, he said you were not there yet, but?
I didn't take it harshly because OG RLC is my OG.
You got the cheat code, all right.
So OG would tell us about, hey man, I wouldn't, don't do that. I wouldn't do that. Not if I was I do right, don't do it. So, by OG would give us that game and say, hey, well, I wouldn't do this or I wouldn't do that because you're not there yet. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can do and work at it. Then you work at it until they say, oh, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah. Now, how exciting is it for you and the Core to know you got the 35-year anniversary coming up in Miami, same weekend as Rolling Loud? Like, how's that feel to know you're a part of that?
Well, it's let me correct. It's not the 35th anniversary. It's the 35th retreat. So
gotcha, my bad.
stuff, yeah. That's cool. We're gonna be at 35 soon, but no, 35th retreat. That's something major because just who's done this many retreats and been so consistent with it, and just me being a part of it, I think that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Because me personally, I can't speak for anybody else. I get a lot of game from these retreats.
Yes.
I get a lot of relationships either with artists, with PDs, with whoever from these retreats. You know what I'm saying? One of my artists that I run on a regular is Sleazy Go World, and I met him at the Core Retreat. I talk about the Core Retreat. Hold on, man. See. Let me tell you about the Core Retreat. You hear me? I'll tell you about my first experience with the Core Retreat. It was 2012.
Okay.
It was in Atlanta. Mix Show Live. There was a lady running around talking about, y'all need to check out K Camp. K Camp up next. K Camp up next. Y'all better get on K Camp. Get on K Camp. K Camp up next. Like, man, who's the K Camp dude is? You hear me? Keep hearing his name, K Camp. He got on stage for the Core DJ. Not for the Core DJ, before the Coast to Coast.
Okay,
Coast show.
Coast, yeah.
And did his song. And everybody was just like, oh, this dude, this who the lady was running around? Trying to find out, like I said, you gotta keep family close. That was a smile.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly how it goes with these retreats. Do you think artists and DJs who are on the come up take advantage of all these conferences and stuff you guys are putting together? I know you're across the whole United States doing these type of. Do you think people are really taking advantage of that the way they should be?
I mean, I'll be honest. The ones that are taking advantage are the ones that's winning.
Facts. Yep. Yeah.
I mean, Trap Beckham.
Yeah.
Like he was at Erica Banks.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Mo3. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of artists I see them come here and really utilize the tools. But you got to realize when you come to a conference, let's say, even if you only meet 5 DJs at that conference, I guarantee you each of the DJs is going to be from someplace different.
Yep. Facts.
Even if you got 10, let's say you get 10, you know what I'm saying? Even if only 3 of them, you got 3 DJs, it's highly likely that the same DJ is going to be from the same place.
Yeah.
Especially if you really network. You're going to meet DJs from all over the place.
Yeah. And right now you said you're in BET with the Shady 4-5 Live about to happen. That's another amazing thing that the Core DJs are doing. You're bringing the Shady 4-5 experience to actual venues. How is that experience for you when you're there and getting to see it live? Like how do you feel on it?
I mean, it's good to see because uh, in the different cities you get to see, some talent you might not have heard of before.
Yeah.
But the DJs in that region know they're hot, so you get exposed to them. So it's always a good thing for that. And then just the energy, just the people being, knowing that their music is being broadcast to, up to 50 million people. You know what I'm saying? Like that brings out a different energy type of a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Shout out to my boy Kate's on here. You know what I mean? We did his birthday weekend. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was in Denver. It was snowing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They had the snow bunnies. I mean, we'll talk about that later. But
Yeah.
now, boy, he had, had the red carpet rolled out. So, again, that's something that come with the core. You know what I'm saying? And just doing these events and having these artists, come and have their music played. You know what I'm saying? It's something like number one, a lot of these artists wouldn't even have the opportunity to get their music played on this platform any other way. So
yeah,
it's definitely
now
good.
you're also a part of the Chop Stars. You're the vice president of the Chop Stars. So how did you become the vice president, and what's some of your the roles you have in that role?
It came from OG just entrusting myself, Candlestick, Slim K, with this company. He just know what we did as far as helping build the brand up over these years. I was very integral in the social media aspect and all of that. So that's kind of why I was over, the social media. I'm still kind of over it now. But, he asked, if it was a role that I think I could fulfill and help push the brand forward. And I think, I can do that. And it's something I think I am doing, every time you see me.
Yeah, I see it.
Every time you see me, you know what I'm saying?
Dope. Now, I see that you guys have your own day coming July 1st. Like, I gotta imagine as DJs how proud that is for you. But what was your guys' reaction when you found out they were gonna give you that honor?
Well, so it's crazy because first OG Ron C already had I can't remember. He had a proclamation for his conference he used to have back. So in 2016, during the HOF, which was the Houston Appreciation Weekend tournament, we had a celebrity basketball game with Drake. It was Team OVO versus Team Rap-A-Lot. Over $50,000 in money was donated to different scholarship funds and charities of that nature. But OG Ron C got his date, September 4th. So, just when the Am I still here?
Yeah, I'm seeing. I hear you. Yeah.
People just keep calling me. Even with Do Not Disturb, I'm like, okay, that's the first time I'm gonna call them right back. Anyway, so when we got our day, it was very, very monumental because we know what we do in the community. You know what I'm saying? Toy drives, backpacks. You know what I'm saying? When hurricanes come in, we make sure we try to take care of the community if they need it. Just all the stuff that we do because we know we can call. Hey, let me call this person, that person, that person. Say, hey, look, this is what happened. We just need, 2 nickels. And we know that they can do that and we can go get supplies for people of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Someone did it for me. So if I have the position, why would we do it for them?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people understand all that DJs and people in this industry are doing for the communities. Like you said, you mentioned toy drives and some of that stuff. What's some of the things you've done in your own town? As a DJ or radio personality to help that people really may not know about, or it wasn't broadcast because that's not how we move, but it was something you guys did.
So let me speak on that again. So as we speak on Days of Grace, OG Rossi has his day on September 4th. Chop Stars is July 1st. I have my own day in Houston as well, April 9th, my birthday. My boy DJ Candlestick just got his own day the other day, June 21st. And again, it's from helping our community. I have a certificate of recognition from the mayor of New Orleans for efforts that I did during Ida. I helped house a lot of families in hotels temporarily. We was in there for one night, you know, with something that we did, you know, and I can't all take the effort because it wasn't just me, you know what I'm saying? It was myself. It was Tony Neal from the Core DJs donated money. It was Carl Crawford from 1501, OG Ron C, you know, DJ Candlestick, Slim K, you know, a various multitude of people, you know, all put in to make sure that people were taken care of. And, you know, again, someone did it for me at one point in time.
Yeah.
So who in the hell would I be to not extend the same thing? I tell people about when I met Sway from Shade 45.
Yeah.
My mom had lost her job when we were living in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? From New Orleans, I lived in the Bay Area. That's where that documentary happened at.
Yeah.
But my mom lost her job and I wanted a Super Nintendo. She couldn't afford it. Sister wrote into KML, was like, you know, my mom just lost her job, the hotel that she was working at got bought out. They was like, okay, cool. Called in, said, we're going to give you a Super Nintendo. I was fucking ecstatic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I lost my oh, can I cuss? My bad.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Go ahead. Yep.
You know, sometimes those people want to keep it clean. But yeah, so I was fucking ecstatic. So when I went to go pick it up, Sway was the person I met, and I remember him because, you know, he was very big personality in the Bay Area at the time. So moving forward to Shade 45, or excuse me, Sway in the Morning live at South by Southwest, I was like, oh shit, Sway, bro, I met you when I was 9 years old, 8 years old, whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? And you did da 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 da. And I was like, bro, I do some of the things I do now because of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, you know, it's just about, you know, how people touch you, touch other people.
Yeah. That's amazing. You also are now a Grammy voting member. You know, that's a major accomplishment for a DJ in its first place, but just in general, like, how did you create that opportunity for yourself, and how proud was your family to learn that you're a voting member of the Grammys? Because that they may not understand being a DJ, but they know what the Grammys are.
I'm gonna say this first of all, I ain't shit. So now that we got out that way, I mean, just me, my work, doing the ChopNotSlop remixes, having the opportunity to work with, you know, artists like, you know, Baby Tate and LaPad and Lil Pat, Baby Sam, you know, man, it's a multitude. Made in Tokyo, you know what I'm saying? I was the first person to play Uber everywhere on the radio. It wasn't even officially released. It was only out on SoundCloud. He had a clean version. Heard the record, was like, oh, this is gonna be crazy. It's when Uber was popping. You know what I'm saying? It's when everybody started getting on Uber. So why wouldn't a infectious ass jamming song like that, why wouldn't it fucking go big?
Yeah.
And I called that shit. There's a couple other people, and I got a shout out to Dog Hive Media.
Okay.
That was a group on fucking Twitter. They had dog abbeys, and they used to make jokes and when shit would happen on Twitter, they would break it down, all type of shit. But one of them retweeted, and I was like, hey, what the song is? Send me the link, and that's how I heard the song. So shout out to them. Wow. And when I heard it, I was like, oh, this shit gonna be crazy. So, you know, doing things like that and, you know, being around a lot of people, being around OG, you know what I'm saying? You know, again, I gotta give it up to my OG, you know what I'm saying? My OG Ron C, you know what I'm saying? He really put me and my boy Candlestick and the rest of the Chop Stars in these positions. And, you know, once he put us in the door, it's like, hey, you do you. You know what I'm saying? And me being the person I am, I get to come back in that door later.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, because you can get put in by a legend like that, but it's your work ethic. Like, you still drop more mixtapes than most DJs out here. Like, what is your count on mixtapes so far since you started? I might not even count that many, or at least in the last month. How many have you dropped so far? Because I was looking at your page and I just kept seeing mixtape. So
I dropped like 3 in the last month, but overall, I don't even know. Like, I got one series, it's 22 volumes alone, and a lot of them are regular speed and chop and screw. Some of them are just regular speed, some are chop and screw. You know, I do that because, number one, I'm from New Orleans, and a lot of people from New Orleans don't really like chop and screw. A lot of people are getting into it because they're starting to hear people from New Orleans that I fuck with just coming up, being chopped and screwed, things of that nature. So me doing that kind of, you know, get it out there. But, you know, I like to do both, you know, so I like to do regular speed, you know, when I do my regular speed mixtapes, and that's just a song I premiere, I don't play the whole song because I tell you, hey, don't expect to hear the whole song over here. Go to Apple, whatever, and go run that shit up. You know what I mean? If you like the song. So it's the same thing I do with, you know, Chop and Screw. So
Now, for the DJs out there, I work with a lot of DJs, and one thing they're wondering right now is where to put their mixtapes at. You know what I mean? Because all the sites are being taken down, and there's a couple still. Shout out to Live Mixtapes; they're still around. But where are you
Hey
putting your
man,
mixtapes at?
you better go holler at Pesh. Live
There you go.
mixtapes,
Yeah.
Audio Mac. You know, the thing is, you know, guys, when you put up these mixtapes, you're always going to be subject to get them taken down. You know what I'm saying? Because even in any artist who has a song that's popping might say, nope, I don't want that shit on there. And they can go file the shit and take it down. It could be somebody you've never heard of. You're like, what the? And you might get offended because you be like, you know, at the end of the day, you kind of feel like, well, I like the song, so I want people that might not have heard the song hear it through my medium. People that listen to me that might not have heard it, I get it, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you got to go get them channels. And, you know, thankfully over the years, we've gotten channels. There's mixtapes I have on there, you know, with some big people on there. And they was
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, you good. Just go ahead and use it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you sure? I think, yeah, go ahead. You good.
That's what makes it hard because I know you and like me, I get the music early before it's even a hit, and I like breaking records, so we would
Right.
put it on mixtapes, and at the time we put it on, like we did Drake versus Jay-Z before Drake was Drake, and people laughed at us, and then they took it down because Drake became Drake. Like, so for you as a DJ, our job is to break the artist in the song, but then when they break, sometimes it goes against us. But I love what you do because you still break artists. Like I see today, you're still taking a lot of chances. What was the first artist you think you actually broke yourself? And what was it about that artist that made you take that chance? Because you were on the radio. So, you know what I mean? It was a chance that you take every time you play somebody new.
I don't want to say I broke him, but I definitely, and, you know, his team and other people agree with me, with Young Greatness.
Okay. Yeah, salute to greatness.
You know, rest in peace to my boy Tony. My boy Tyrone, I went to John Mack with, sent me his music early, and he had a song called Rolling, featuring Meek Mill. And it was a cool little song, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I got the rolling on my wrist. I'm like, okay, cool. All right. Then he sent me another song. I was like, oh, this is crazy. And he sent me another song. And that song happened to be Moolah. And I was like,
Oh, yeah,
bro,
Moolah.
it was a mix and mastered. You know what I'm saying? The bass was all over the place. But guess what I did?
Fixed
Went
it.
in that damn studio. I fixed as much as I could. I made a clean version. I put that bitch on a goddamn show. You know what I'm saying? And I went to playing it. Shout out to my boy Bo Money. He's a testament. Bo Money heard the song and was like, what's that song? And I was like, Smoola. Da, 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 da. Yeah, he signed a QC from New Orleans. He was like, as soon as they get, tell him, mix and master when they get it, tell them to play it. I told him. They got it done and they got it in rotation. That's just one record, you know what I'm saying?
Amazing.
Man in Tokyo was another one. Scuba everywhere. So I just love, you know, being able to do that.
It's dope you said that because so many times artists get on these reviews. I know you did some reviews for artists, and the concept is always, well, you need to get it mixed and mastered and come back to me. No, if it's a hit, DJs are going to figure it out. Like, you just give me the file and watch what we do with it, because if it's a hit, I want to have it first. I don't want to wait for you to figure out what you're going to do next.
XXX Tentacion, look at me now, is damn near diamond. If not diamond already, that shit is not mixed and mastered.
Facts. Facts. Now, I know you also work real big with Erica Banks. You know what I mean? Shout out to her.
Shout out to my sis.
You know, we say she got her one. You know, she started out with the TikTok trend and was blew up then. But, you know, it's always great to see an artist who's just still working. They keep working, but then they get that one. And you were at the listening party. What was the vibe like when you guys heard, you know, the song and, you know, see how exciting everybody is for her to have this, you know, major single now?
You talking about Bust It, or are you talking about the one she has now with
the new one?
Time?
Yeah. I'm looking for it.
Man, that ain't got that Mr.
Ain't
Hanky.
got time for it.
That
Yeah,
Mr. Hanky. Shout out to my big bro DJ, Mr. Hanky.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Hanky B, whichever one you know him as. You hear me? Because I know him as both. You hear me? Hey, man. Hey, talking about that. Hey, stop sleeping on Mr. Hanky.
Facts.
Man, when I heard that song, shout out to Tony Neal, because Tony Neal was, listen, man, y'all better stop playing with Tony Neal, bro.
Yep.
Y'all stop playing with my big bro.
Yeah.
You hear me? Stop playing with him, because he keep calling these records.
Yep.
He keep calling these fucking records. And every time he call a record, he's like, Grove, you on this? What is it? Up, yep, I'm on it. Up, Grove, you on this? Let me see. Nope, what is it? Hey, get on this shit. Pound Town. He told motherfuckers about Pound Town in like February.
Yeah, I was gonna say
March.
it's been a while. Yeah.
Told niggas about Pound Town a long time ago. Then when the spring break one came out, everybody talking about Coochie this and Booty this. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that's
what do you
amazing.
think of it?
I also want to highlight an artist. I know it's real big for DJs, for an artist to give respect and pay homage to you. So I was watching
What
an
up,
interview
D-boy?
with La Pat.
Mm-hmm.
La Pat shouted you out for the rodeo. You know, he's got the single Rodeo right now going crazy. He's been working that song for, I can't even say how long now, but it's been a while. But how does it feel to know that artists pay homage like that? And does that make you want to play the record more, I guess? Like, is it kind of a cheat code for an artist to do that, you think?
With him, no,
Okay.
because number one, I've seen his grind for a long time before he had that song.
Yeah.
Number two, he's from New Orleans,
Yeah.
so I'm always be a homer to somebody from my city that's out here really really grinding. You know what I'm saying? And if the song was a hit, I was like, oh yeah, that what? Oh yeah, oh yeah, they gonna lose their shit. And the song was called Pony originally
Yeah,
before
it
he went
was.
to
People
change.
don't know that. Yep, that sample. Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? You know, he could like he's not like when he made the song, he called it Pony. And I think I don't know who it was, told him like, nah, you change it to Rodeo or something, you know what I'm saying? But just seeing that, hearing the song when it was just him on the song, before he got Jade, before he got Flo Minute on it, seeing the growth of the record, again, this is why we do what we do.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why I always tell artists, you got to connect with the DJs. Like you said at the beginning, just don't meet the DJ, but build relationships with them, because you've watched the transgression of that whole song. Like you said, it wasn't called the name it was, and then this, but it was because that artist built a real relationship with you. He was going to the Music Mondays. He was
Nine
doing all these
months.
things. So
9 months straight, that young man worked that record.
yeah, yeah. Do people understand how long it really takes to get a record to go? They all think, I'm going to put the song on Spotify.
You
Tomorrow, I'm
know,
going to put a budget behind it. And Friday, it's going to be out of here. Like,
but
what's the normal timetable you think an artist should give a record?
first of all, most artists don't even put no budget behind it.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
artists think they're gonna put out a song, and because they have a couple of fans, they're gonna stream this a numerous number of streams, and it don't work that way. You have to, anything you put out. Like I tell people, I'm a DJ,
Yeah.
and my mixtapes they got y'all motherfuckers music on there.
And
I put
you don't
fucking the money into ads and promotion for it. So why do you think you as an artist is trying to push and get fans and really, live as an artist and make
Yeah.
money? Why do you think you can do it without putting money into it?
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? And now you have some artists that get lucky and they get that viral hit. And
Yep.
once you get that viral hit, do you stay on?
Yep.
It's not too many
Facts.
people who get that viral hit and stay on after. Shout out to my boy Don Tolliver. He's
Slow
one.
down.
You know what I'm saying? It's not too many people who get that hit to keep going. Shout out to 21 Savage. He's another one. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't get that.
Yeah. I think
And
they
again,
get confused because they think they got to do one or the other. They got to go get the DJs and support that route, or you got to go internet and TikTok. You got to have both, because if you don't have the DJ behind your song, nobody's playing it in the clubs, and
man,
it'll die as soon as the
they
trend's over.
better ask B King.
Yeah. Salute.
I feel like B King is probably the number one art. Like if you ask most DJs in the South for sure, if
Yeah.
you would say name an artist that you feel like really fuck with the DJs and really understand the DJs, most of us are gonna say BK. You know what I'm saying? Because B King knows he actually connect with DJs. He fuck with DJs when you come out to your event for free. You know what I'm saying? He might even do a song for you. You know what I'm saying? Or if you book him, he'd be like, oh, I've been knowing you for this song. I'm charging this right here, but guess what? Give me this. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? He's a people, like I said, people person.
yeah.
He's a DJ's artist.
Yeah. Yeah. Agree. Now you're out in LA for BETs, as we had mentioned. The Shady 45 Live is going down right now. When you get done with this, what other things you got going on this weekend for BET Awards? I know I've been out there a few times. It goes crazy right now. So what's some of the highlights you're looking forward to?
I'm going mingle and greet. I keep getting calls. All right. Uh, but I'm going to a lot of events. I'm trying to go to as many as possible. As soon as I get off of here, I'm going link with my boy Slim Johnson. He got something tonight. You know what I'm saying? Slim Johnson played Black Jesus. He played Lamar in GTA. You know what I'm saying? So definitely gonna link with him. A couple of more people I'm gonna link with for sure. Shout out to my boy Artistic. my boy Chubby Swag, you know, they came through and did
Oh,
their thing. They're gonna be on Shade 45 with me there, but that's my dog. So
no. I know you're a busy person. I'm not going to take too much more of your time, but I want to highlight Mr. Wired Up and Riff Raff. I know you worked with them and had some, you know, involved. How did you link up with those two, and what made you decide you wanted to, you know, DJ for them and be a part of the team?
so Mr. Wired Up, we y'all good brother. Mr. Wired Up, he was my crab brother. So when you're in especially a black college band, your first year, you're a crab. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Which is college rookie seeking to obtain full band status. Don't know who made it up, whatever. Cool.
Yeah.
He went to PV, but a lot of the people I went to TSU with, he went to high school with. So that's how I knew him. So he was cool, you know, throughout 3 years. So when he started doing his thing and he had put it in the air, he was like, hey, bro, I need a DJ. You want me on DJ? And I was like, shit, hell yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? So being with him brought a lot of opportunities. And, you know, a lot of people don't give Mr. Wired Up his flowers, man, because Mr. Wired Up, you know what I'm saying? I know if it's my boy B King, I know he's going to be a little upset about this. Let me say this. B King started the consistency with the club music in Houston, but Wired Up really was the first person to bring that up because he had put it in the air. It came out
Yep.
like '07. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Ozone Magazine named it the song of the summer in the South. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Facts.
he, you know, Wired Up kind of started it, and then B King got it and ran with it. I'll just keep that 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So working with Wired Up, you know, I got to work with Lil O. Lil O, you know, temporarily made me his show DJ and taught me, hey man, I'm doing this, and introduced me to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? That's how I met OG Ron C, being Mr. Wired Up DJ. So,
Okay.
you
Dope.
know, Wired Up deserves flowers, man. You know, Wired Up was the first DJ in Houston playing Erica Banks way before anybody knew who she was, way before 1501. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Wired Up, man. He broke a lot of fucking records. He broke, man, listen, a lot of y'all don't know about goddamn Throat Baby because of Wired Up.
Facts.
On this side, if you wasn't in Atlanta, if you was outside over here, you know about it because of him.
Yep. Definitely. And then you also were involved with
Riff
Riff
Raff.
Raff.
That's OG Ron C, man.
Okay.
OG Ron C. OG was his first manager right after the G's to Jet stuff. And being with OG, you know, OG like, shit. Man, y'all young niggas, man, y'all gotta get out here and get in front of these things, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't do this music. You don't do this music. You gotta get out here in front of these fans and do it, man. So OG throw a nigga out there. That's how that happened.
As dope, man. I know you're a manager of Hag Baby Sam. What's it like being a DJ and a manager of an artist at the same time? Like, how'd you guys link up, and what made you decide you wanted to, you know, manage?
Oh, you talking about Hog Life? Talking about that Hog Baby
Yeah,
Sam
yeah,
be
yeah.
on here right now? You know what I mean? Baby Sam came through from somebody from out of Austin, Celebrity Barber Sherm. Shout out to him. He was managing ESG, and he had a song with this artist named Baby Sam. He was like, man, I think you really need to work with him. So, you know, I heard him the first song he brought to me. It was cool. It was, you know, real heavy H-Town song. And I was like, yeah, this is a cool song, but it's gonna be a regional song. And he was like, oh, that ain't nothing. That's just you know, I got something else. And he brought me this other song called Vision Blur. And it was done from there. You know what I'm saying? Like
So, love it.
everything,
Yeah.
you know, he got a great work ethic, you know what I'm saying? He's out here making a lot of moves, got, you know, records with Burner, you know what I'm saying? He got records with legendary ESG, right? This dude's working.
Yeah.
Got a new song
Dope.
called Murder Money with Kenny Kane from out of Memphis. Hey, he's working. Artist, man, you know, people want to ask, man, how do I stay in your good graces, man? Work. If you keep working and you support my events and do this, I'm gonna fuck with you. Baby Sam is an artist, one of many. You know, he's not the only one, but he's the most consistent. Who would just hit me and be like, "Hey, what's up? Fool? What you doing?" Like nothing. All right, what's your cash app again? I'm just gonna send you somebody just cause.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He don't have to do that shit. He just do that out the kindness of his heart because you know he's working. He know I'm a rock with him. And again, artists, I don't want y'all to think I'm saying, oh, just pay DJs off. No, but it's just like if you know a DJ likes to play tennis, I'm just gonna throw that out there. Go buy
Yeah.
that nigga a fucking tennis racket.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If you know, DJ Mr. Rogers. Y'all know he's a car enthusiast. If you know you fucking with Rogers, you want to hey Rogers, I bought these tires for you, bro. Check them out. You know, it's just shit like that where you can build artists, you know, build shit with DJs. You know what I'm saying? And people will fuck with you. First artist I really saw do that was my boy D-Boss.
Okay.
Bots had mentioned it. A controller of his went out and was like, damn, I gotta go buy another controller. My controller went out again. And he went and bought that man a controller.
That's
I
amazing.
mean, again, man, you know, same thing. When you see DJ in the club, go buy him a drink. Don't just be out in the space trying to get your record played. Hey, bro,
Facts.
I know you DJ. Hey, let me get you this drink real quick. Hey, man, when you get time, hit me up. I want to send you a record. It's like I tell the artists all the time. When you go holler at a chick, do you walk up to us and say, "Hey, girl, I want fuck right now," or do you
Right.
say, "Hey, what's up, baby? I'm such and such and such. Can I get your number?" Or, "Hey, miss, how you doing?" However you go do it, you do it respectfully. So why in the hell do you think you can come in and DJ disrespectfully?
Yeah. Now I seen you dropped a Savage Mode 2 merch pack. I love what you're doing. You're doing the vinyl with the T-shirts and stuff like that. So where can people go get that for you? And then how are you maximizing this newfound love of vinyl coming back as a DJ? It's got to be great for you because everybody wants a vinyl record now.
Shout out to my boy Joe Drive, bro. This Cali Loud. Got my throw drive
Yeah,
on.
yeah. I feel you.
Shout out to my boy Slim K. Him and OG Ron C did that project, Savage Mode 2 with 21 Savage and Metro Boomin. So we do have that vinyl pack. Shout out to my boy DJ Candlestick. We have the Purple Moonlight, which is the movie Moonlight. We have that chopped and screwed on vinyl as well. So, just hit us up, man. Chop merch for DJ Candlestick. You go to DJCandlestick.com, get the t-shirt and give you the free vinyl. Man, just hit us up, man. We'll make it happen.
And then last thing, I can't let you get off here being from Houston. Right now Houston's on fire. We mentioned Beat King, we mentioned Erica Banks, and then you got Toby Nwigwe's everywhere right now. So how's Houston feel right now? Do you guys notice that you guys are back on fire, or it's just another day for you guys because you always have artists out there making noise?
I'm gonna speak on where I live now. Speak on where I'm from. First, I've been knowing Houston was on fire since really before Meg got hot.
Yeah.
Because we had a lot of artists who was bubbling, you know what I'm saying? We had DJ Chose, we had B King, you know what I'm saying? We had Don coming up, we had Meg, you know what I'm saying? We had artists like OCB Fastlane, you know what I'm saying? We got new artists coming like Baby Sam, you know what I'm saying? Man, Lil Pat, you know what I'm saying? We got another Pat named Lil Pat the Nicest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like people like this are working. You know what I'm saying? Sackboy KD got signed to Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? Mexican OT. There's a plethora of dudes who've been fucking working. It's the fact that, one thing I say is there's so many artists, what are you going to do to separate yourself from the pack? You know what I mean? Some of them have found their niche and their way to separate it from the pack. So I already knew Houston was going to do their thing. Now it's up to Houston artists to capitalize on the fame of everybody else while Houston's hot. You know what I mean? Now I'm going to go to New Orleans. My boy Rod 49 just made the Double XL. New Orleans on fire right now. My boy Sean, you know what I mean? He doing this thing with the fucking bounce. You know what I mean? He making bounce that, a lot of times with bounce music is real repetitive and people from other cities, I notice when I go and do a bounce set somewhere else, it's not home, they only dance for like 5 to 10 minutes.
Right.
New Orleans, they dancing all night, right?
All night, yeah, that's they shit.
Sean Sean is making songs that people can relate to, you know what I'm saying? Like the Real Bad remix, right? Fresh Records, people can say what they want about it. Them kids love them cats.
Mm-hmm.
And they killing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Iceberg, he out here killing stuff. Man, there's a group of people from New Orleans. They're like, people need to stop sleeping on the South. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
Like Atlanta ain't the only place popping. Memphis ain't the only place popping.
Yeah, facts. Like I said, there's a lot of heat coming out. What do you have coming up next? Like I said, you're at the BET Awards. You got this going on. But what do you have next so people can circle on the calendar for you and come out and support?
All right, so Shade 45 Live. That's this weekend. Next Thursday at Hive.
Okay.
Speaking it. Core DJ Retreat again, which is going to be during Rolling Out Weekend in Miami. Artists, I feel like if you're an artist, you should be out there networking. Yeah. It's going to be too many everything. Too many artists, too many DJs, too many network executives, too many everything. It's going to be in Miami for that weekend. July 21st weekend. Come on out. You know what I mean? Look out for the Shade 45 Lives. We're going to a lot of new markets coming up. If you want to bring Shade 45 Live, just hit us up and we'll, tell you what you need to do to bring it out there because it's a great opportunity for artists really to be heard. You know what I'm saying? If you was a label, me personally, I'd be trying to bring them out there all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and do this so we can, But anyway.
Definitely. I'm going to talk to King Rob, bring y'all out to Indianapolis, man.
I just got the phone, my boy. Yeah, we need to do that. You know what I mean? I'm ready. Let's go. I'm going to get my North Face because I know it's going to be cold. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be a little cold out here. You're right. Besides IG, you know, everybody wants to reach out to you, get, you know, do interviews with you and all that type of stuff. What's the best way to contact you, and what's your preferred, you know, way they should reach out?
I am DJ Hollygrove on everything. On Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, it's like DJ Hollygrove 17. You just put in DJ Hollygrove, you'll find me. And you know, when you look for DJ Hollygrove, look for the guy with the dreads. You know, you might see some other things out there, you know, some other profiles with people faces on it, but if it ain't these dreads, it's not me. Also, you can look me up on Christian Mingle, Pornhub.
Okay.
No, my OnlyFans is no, I'm just fucking with y'all. But no, man, just you know, if all else fails, man, Google.
Okay.
I'm right there. You know what I'm saying? Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal. Check out Shade 45, the Core DJ radio show every Friday night, midnight Eastern, 11 o'clock Central, 9 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah.
Check out the ChopNotSlop show on OVO Sound Radio every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. Well, boy, what you want to see in Candlestick? ChopNotSlop app. Shout out to Ocean of Soul. Shout out MFIO. Core DJs, of course. Chop Stars, all my dogs. New Orleans All-Star Band.
Last thing, man. What do you like to do for fun besides being a DJ? Like, if you have a day off and you don't have to DJ, what are you doing to, you know, to enjoy yourself?
Oh, wait, my bad.
I see you were at Jordan, so yeah.
Shout out to my people at Hardin, my boy Bonix, you know what I mean? Kelly J, I see you, baby. But look, I'm a gamer. Well, Call of Duty, Warzone, you know what I mean? Find me on there. If you want to work, if you want to get flued out, y'all know what flued out is, go to my profile, scroll over till you see COD, which is Call of Duty, and watch the clips. That's what flued out means. You know what I mean? That means we win the game, the helicopter come pick us up at the end. You know what I'm saying? On the helicopter, they got bad bitches, you know, filet mignon, lick all type of weed waiting for us, you know what I mean? Because we got flued out. That's what I say, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody, man. They really rock with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really a privilege to have a platform and be able to give back to people, you know what I'm saying? And it's also, you know, fucking amazing to be able to do what the fuck I want to do every day. Yeah, thanks. Well, I appreciate the opportunity tonight, man. I'm a big fan of yours for a very long time. Appreciate and like I said, anything we can do at Stop Beefing Radio to the Hype to help you, just let us know, man. We got you. Yeah, man. You know, just want to let y'all know, man. Again, random acts of kindness. It does a lot. Karma, it does a lot to whoever you're doing it. I'm telling you, if you hit a DJ that you hit your favorite DJ right now and hit his cash app for $25. Yeah. Watch what it does. Watch what that little $25 does for y'all relationship. You know there's got to be a clip now, right? So I'm going to tag you so all these people start sending you the cash app. Hey, man. Hey, look. You want to hit my cash app? Hey, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm a person that, again, like I said, I've been blessed to give people opportunities. So if you hit me with some shit, I'm like, oh, okay, look at you. Yeah, okay. I'm going to do something, put you on something that just nothing been done for you before, and it's going to blow your fucking mind. Like, I might chop your song up and be like, man, you tell my people, hey, man, give him the full rights to it. I don't want nothing for the song. Like, rest in peace, my boy Young Greatness. I have a project online that I need y'all to go stream. You know what I'm saying? This Young Greatness, Greatest Hits, a tribute to Young Greatness, ChopNotSlop. Go stream that up because all of that money goes to his mom and his kids. No. Young Greatness, chopped up, not slopped up. Go stream that. Please. Is it a website we go to for that, or where we go to get that? Tidal, any of your DSPs, and put in Young Greatness and look for a tribute to Young Greatness. Me, him. You know what I'm saying? Once again, rest in peace to my dog, Tony. I got you, man. Well, I hope you have fun at the everything at BET Awards, and thank you for the opportunity tonight, fam. Hey, man, y'all be safe. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all pray every day. Make sure y'all drink a lot of water, man. Drink a lot of water, especially in Cali when you got that good around you. Yeah. All right, fam. Watch out for the UFOs.